I miss you. Okay, we have one more storyteller, Cody, to finish the night tonight. If any of you are ever interested in participating, if you feel like you have a story to tell, we always welcome new storytellers. Each month or every 2 months, we'll see. There'll be a new theme, so keep your eyes out, and if you're ever interested, just let me know.
Hello. I grew up in a real small town. And like most small towns, you know everybody. Everybody knows you. Everybody knows your business. And the small town I grew up in was extra special because not only did everybody know your business, oftentimes people knew your business before you even knew your business. So before I share my lost and found story, I'm gonna share a short story on how that works. One night I decided I was going to throw toilet paper in my friend Jessica's trees, and my parents were out at the bar, and so I went to the store and I bought 36 rolls of toilet paper. And this store is just a small town convenience store. There's a front door, a back door. The other side of the front door is where the bar's at. Well, I went in the back door, bought the toilet paper, and went down the street, threw the 36 rolls of toilet paper in the trees, and I went home and was sitting there watching TV. And I got home, was sitting there watching TV, and my parents came home from the bar, and they said, "Did you do anything tonight?" I said, No, why? So you didn't buy 36 rolls of toilet paper for $11.87 at 10:13 at the Nina's In-N-Out? I said, yeah. What'd you do with the toilet paper? The store clerk ratted me out before. By the time I purchased it and was walking down the street, the clerk had already told my parents. I didn't even get to throw the toilet paper in the tree yet before they told. And anyways, small town, everyone knows your business, sometimes even before you know your business. Now this takes me to my lost and found story. My father had purchased this 1996 Mazda Miata. It's a little sports coupe, little curvy thing, looks like it's a little hot rod. And one day I asked my dad, I said, hey, why don't you let me take it for a spin around the block? And he thinks about it for a minute. He says, all right, you can take it, but whatever you do, don't be speeding, don't be racing, And I'm 17 at the time, and I'm like, oh, no, I'm just going to take it for a spin around the block, And inside, I'm like, yeah, I'm speeding. And so I take the car out the driveway. I go down the block, and I turn the corner, and boom, there's my best friend, Jim. Now, Jim's got this 1980 Chevy Malibu, and if you don't know what a Chevy Malibu looks like, it's basically like if you take a box of cornflakes and you flip it on its side and take a much smaller box of grape nuts and set it on top of it. It's basically just a box. Now, the 1980 Chevy Malibu had 3 options for the engine. It had a 5.7 liter V8 muscle engine. His car did not have that one. It also had the option of a 5-liter V8, still a muscle engine, a little bit leaner, but it still make your car go real fast. He didn't have that one either. So since it was 1980, after the oil embargo, the auto manufacturers started putting smaller engines in the same size car, and so he had the 3.8-liter V6. Big car, small engine. I mean, when you wanted to change parts in the thing, you could just put your arm in there and just ratchet a part off, whatever you need to do. And so I see Jim. I say, hey, let's race. Now, I've raced Jim before. I've raced him with my father's 1986 Chevy pickup truck. I won. It was close, but I won. I raced him with my 1989 Pontiac Bonneville, and I smoked him with that one. And then I raced him again with my father's 1984 Chevy Camaro, and that wasn't even close. I mean, it was just, I was down the road before he even got off the start line. And so now we've got this brand new 1996 Mazda Miata, little sports coupe, little roadster. Looks like it's a fast little hot rod. And I'm like, Jim, let's race. We got to. And so we line them up, and mark, set, go. And we took off. This little Mazda Miata took off the start line. I'm in the lead, and next thing you know, out of the corner of my eye, I see this cornflakes grape looking motherfucker start to pass me by. And I'm freaking out. I'm looking at the gauges. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Did I bump it neutral? Is the parking brake on? Why is he passing me right now? Well, while this happened, of course, we flew by the neighbor's house, and the neighbor happened to be out in his front lawn, and he owns the local gas station. And so my friend Jim happened to work for him. My father had just happened the day before, showed off his brand new Mazda Miata to him. And so he knows who this is flying by his house and stuff. So he immediately goes inside, calls my father. Race isn't even over yet. Calls my father, says, hey, I just seen your son racing Jim down the street in your brand new Miata. Just thought I'd let you know. So I lost the race. My dad found out before it was even over with. And now I got to take the car home. I'm only supposed to be out for about 10 minutes. And so I take the car back, and I pull it around the corner, and I see my dad standing at the end of the driveway. And I'm like, there's only one reason why he'd be standing at the end of the driveway right now. It's because he knows. He knows. He knows what happens. Somebody called and told him. And so I turn the blinker on. I'm getting ready to pull in the driveway, and 17. And I had one of those moments where I thought I had a good idea. So I was like, I'm just going to let my father cool off a little bit. So I hit the gas and just drove on by. And just waved to him. And I pull, it didn't work out how I thought it was going to be in my, he was extra hot now. And so I pull in the neighbor's driveway, I turn back around, and I come back, and I pull in the driveway. And he's just pissed. And he grabs the keys out of my hand, and he's just like, if you don't ever even think about asking if you can drive that car again. And I just looked at him, and I says, good. I don't want to drive. That piece of shit is the only car you got that's lost to Jim's Malibu. and now, what do you mean the only car I got? And he's just kind of goes like caveman. He can't even talk. He's like, rah, 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 rah. And I just look at him and I say, if you need anything else, I'm going to be up in my room because I'm pretty sure I'm grounded right now. Oh, you bet you're grounded. So, yeah, I never got to drive that car again. Never even thought about asking. But, lost the race, and Dad found out before the race was even over. Thanks, everybody.